To talk about the state of transformation and readiness of the engineering profession to support NDP and various growth plans of South Africa, I'm joined in the studio today by the CEO of the Consulting Engineers of South Africa, Mr. Elifadi Makivinyane. Welcome to Straight Talk. Welcome, sir.
Thank you very much, sir.
Perhaps before we start, Mr. Makivinyane, could you just, at a high level, just summarize who your organization is? Who is CISA?
Okay, CISA is a Consulting Engineers South Africa. That is what CISA abbreviated means. And we established ourselves in 1952 out of 30 individuals who came together and tried to really monitor and form some sort of a cohesion of consulting engineering profession. Mm-hmm. And it has grown from that 30 individuals today to representing more than 500 member firms. We are no more now individualized, we are more now of a firm base or corporates.
Okay, I see. How do you differ from SABTACO?
We don't differ that much with SABTACO. It's just that SABTACO has got other professions under its wing than just consulting engineers.
I see.
And SABTACO, the way that it was formed, it was really a parallel structure of CISA, more representing the black fraternity. What is different with CISA is that CISA is very inclusive and is non-racial.
I see.
Thank you.
Oh, excellent. I see in your annual report, though, you have got this theme to be assisting in the sustainable economic growth and all of this, and you also want to play a role around the NDP. How do you, as your organization, plan to support the NDP?
Yes, as consulting engineers, we consider our role to be very critical to the planning of any infrastructure program. Because as consulting engineers, we are the masters and the custodians of planning and design of any infrastructure. So our members stake their services in the first step towards infrastructure. So we see ourselves as critical component to actually making the National Development Plan and the infrastructure development plan of this country realizable.
I see. But for that to happen, what guarantee do you have that government is actually going to use you? I see also in some of your papers you have some issues with the procurement system of government. What are your issues there?
Yeah, we are certain that the government is going to utilize us. The gripe that we have as far as the procurement system is concerned is how it is actually utilized blanketly without the consideration that consulting engineering is a specialized professional service. So what we are saying is that we are not a commodity, and that must be realized that we are not a commodity. And as a result, different approach towards procurement of professional engineering or professional consulting services must be unpacked, where price is not a determining factor. Yes, price is important because we want value for money, but what is critical is the quality of the service provision. And that is where we are actually saying that, maybe quality-based selection must be the norm, not the way that we are having it at the moment of the triple PFA.
Okay, but what about the transformation elements of that? Because I think triple PFA tries in some shape or form to also say something about empowerment. So what is your position on that?
Yes, we are very much for empowerment and for transformation of this country, very much in line with the laws of this country. But transformation in this particular profession has got to be looked at from the inherent competency point of view. Anybody, and will attest, whether black or white or green, you will know that engineering, in order for you to achieve the qualification in engineering, you have to go to school, you have to go to university, you have to graduate with some form of discipline of engineering, you have to be trained, go through experiential training, and you have to be accredited at the end of the day as a recognizable, competent person in the profession. And we are having EXA, which is a regulated body in this country that ensures that competent people become registered professionals at the end of the day. So there is no shortcut towards that, and we all acknowledge that fact. Because at the end of the day, remember, what we become responsible for is the infrastructure of this country. Roads, dams, water systems, buildings. So things that are really important for the security and the quality of life of people. So you cannot really allow anybody to come and play a stake into that, because you exposed the life and the security of people to high risk.
Are you insinuating that the black professionals are not to that level of competence? Is it a risk to have black professionals in engineering? We're going to have dams that break because it's black people that are in there. Is that what you're saying?
No, that is not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that as black people, we recognize the fact that we have to go to school in order to become consulting engineers. So we take cognizance that quality cannot be compromised. And it's the profession. I mean, it's very much like any other profession where competence of, you cannot go to anybody who purport to be a medical practitioner, who's not, to go and treat you. So the same way that you will not purport to go to somebody who purport to be a lawyer if he's not a lawyer. So all what we are saying is that that recognition must be achieved, even with engineering, that you cannot do work of an engineer if you're not an engineer. That's basically what we are saying.
But what do you say to the law that recognizes equivalence, as it were? There are many people in the engineering space that may not necessarily have a degree in engineering, but have had 30 years experience, in fact are training graduate engineers in the various areas. What do you say about those people?
What I'm saying is that there will never be a substitute for qualification of engineering. No matter what, you can never, and you are not even allowed by law to call yourself an engineer if you've been an artisan or you've been somebody that has learned from the work. Because engineering is a profession that takes you to the highest level of thinking and of innovation on engineering systems. So there is no way that by simply learning to do work that is associated with artisan that you call yourself an engineer. So engineering is a qualification, and it should actually be maintained as such.
So it's an elite environment.
It is.
Okay.
It is, and it's not a matter of, it's very much like, as I say, any other profession. If you're a medical doctor, you're a medical doctor, and we know the route of you becoming a medical doctor. If you're a lawyer, you're a lawyer, and we know the route of you becoming a lawyer. So the same thing, the same recognition must be, realized with engineers. You cannot wake up tomorrow and say that you're an engineer.
But your colleagues in Durban, with all these highfalutin qualifications, they've had a building crashing down. Where was your profession when that happened?
As I'm saying that, if you look at the role of consulting engineering, in that particular circumstances will be in the design of that particular building. And it will be in the selection of the material that must be utilized in that particular building. And there are certain things that cannot just be breached. But you must understand sometimes that there is an undue influence of people who do the work. And that is why in CISA in particular, we have a very high standard. We have a code of conduct for members. So quality, safety, business integrity, sustainability of the work that we do, quality of life that is enjoyed at the end by the consumer of our designs is very, very critical. And as a result, we are uncompromising as far as taking the shortcuts. But as CISA, we command about 80% of consulting engineering fraternity in this country. 20% lies outside membership of CISA. So, that 20% is either finding itself in a membership of either SAPTACO or some people who are not really registered at all. And that is where the people can be manipulated, because then they don't comply or adhere to any code of conduct. So it's not easy to become a member of CISA. You have to have illustrated yourself over some time in the consulting engineering space. You have to have a critical mass, over 51% of your members, your members in your organization must be professionally registered people. So, you know, to curb any loopholes of shoddy job that can become an output of your work.
So is it correct then if people accuse CISA that you are actually regulating the so-called, in fact, responsible for the so-called skill shortage, because you then, I don't know whether it's called raising the bar or creating artificial barriers for people not to be members of CISA, so that at the end of the day, you then can say shortage of engineers, and then once you've said shortage of engineers, then you can hike your prices. Is this a strategy for CISA to overbill people?
No, you know, it's not really a strategy of CISA. All what we are saying is that our product offering must really stand the test of time. You know, the client must receive the best quality that he deserves. The money that he spent must be a worthwhile money of spending. We avoid leakages, we avoid bridges that will disappear or washed off by the first rains after their construction. We ensure that the quality of our work, and that is how engineers feel about their work. They want to pride their work on ensuring the integrity of the output of their work. So CISA, yes, is a self-regulator because there is nothing on the side of government probably which regulates and ensure that the safety of these things are uncompromising. So CISA, in our profession, and I call upon anybody in his profession to actually ensure that they become self-regulating. So if the government is falling short of certain measures, then you know the profession or the industry must ensure that you know their work is above par.
But your industry, I mean, we've got people dying every day in the mining industry. Where are these engineers that are supposed to predict seismicity and be able to put preventative measures so that we don't have the rockfalls that we have? Where are your people in there?
Yes, we do cover, I think consulting engineers, I say we are very much on the design of things more than probably you know, looking at predicting seismic things. We have the Council of Geoscience in this country, which are the custodian of you know, geological formation and disasters that may occur as a result of seismic ruptures or earthquakes. So we do have those type of institutions that have got to predict and be able to know what is actually happening in the mining sector,
But
just
surely,
to avoid the rockfall.
Surely your engineering design should be informed by those predictions.
Of course.
So therefore the designs should make sure that when those ruptures happen, the structure is competent.
Very
but
true.
The issue is people are dying every day. Does it mean that your designs are not meeting the situation on the ground where there are all these vibrations? You don't know what to do with these vibrations.
You know, when you design things, you will take you know, the worst case scenarios of what may happen. You know, and in this particular case, you're talking about the mining situation. So the mining engineers will know, you know, the strength and the capacity of their design to withstand any tremors or any earth tremors. So and then you know to allow you know better failure of failure to a safe condition. So that is taken into consideration. You must never assume that it's not taken into consideration. It is taken into consideration. There are certain things that happen beyond probably one's imagination, and you can forgive people on that particular
But
thing.
what responsibility do you take then if your designs are not defending people? People depend on your designs for their own safety, but despite your designs, people die. What responsibility do you take as CISA when that happens?
You know, CISA, you know, I don't want to be defending this issue because, you know, when you look at CISA, a focal point is very much on the built environment professionals. And we are, you know, probably 60–70% of our members are civil engineers and is in the built environment, less mining or any other field.
We'll,
You know
we'll
what
get
I mean?
back to the built
Yeah,
environment
but
just after the break.
Yes.
Don't go away. Stay tuned. This is Straight Talk. We shall be back just now. Welcome back. I'm Jimmy Manyi and still in discussion with the CEO of Consulting Engineers of South Africa, Mr. Lifadi Makibinyane. Dr. Makibinyane, just before we go into this, just to make sure that I don't make you responsible for things you're not responsible for.
Yes.
The engineering profession is a very interesting profession. You have a whole range of, I think about 9 or so, of the core professional engineering faculties. Aeronautical, you've got agricultural, chemical, civil, electrical, electronics, industrial, mechanical, metallurgical, mining, and so on. Just so that I don't make you responsible for mining if you are not. Yes. In these professions, which ones are yours, which ones are not yours?
You know, I think we are dominantly civil,
Okay.
Mechanical,
Okay.
electrical.
Okay.
Those are what we've called the built environment professionals.
Okay.
And these are the people that are responsible for roads,
Okay.
bridges, dams, buildings, you know, both commercial and residential. So that is really where consulting engineering in South Africa features dominantly.
So who must take care of the balance?
The balance, as you rightfully picked up there is chemical, there is mining, and many others. You know, aeronautical, and you'll have professional bodies in this country that are responsible for professional registration of members in those particular field. So
You've got CISA equivalent elsewhere.
There are bodies that are responsible, or association or councils that are responsible for different type of things, like architects, like
Okay.
land surveyors, quantity surveyors. They will have their own councils, and I'm sure similarly in the mining sector as well, you'll have that type.
This is an absolute number basis. How many engineers do we have in the country?
You know, if I will not be sure about the number of people who have graduated and who are saying that they are engineers while they are not engineers. But I can say with certainty, those that have registered professionally with the Engineering Council of South Africa as a custodian of, you know, registration of professional engineers, we are sitting at only about 15 to 16,000 engineers in South Africa that are professionally registered.
Okay. This is now beyond just having an engineering degree.
Yes.
This is, what else do you have to do then beyond having an engineering degree to be recognized a member of your organization?
You know, in order to be a recognized professional or competent engineer, you have to, after your degree, you have to have experiential training, and then you have to really register as a candidate professional and go through some rigorous, you know, development. And once you know that you have achieved those particular things, you can apply to become a registered professional, and you have to be recognized as such on the basis of your experiential training.
I'm told that's actually where the nub of the issue is. Young people tell me that they have these engineering degrees, they come to your firms, but you get them to do photostat copies, you don't give them actual design work, you give them artisanal type work and all of these trivial jobs. And then they end up with an experiential kind of experience which does not meet the grade. What's going on there?
Yeah, I would defend CISA as far as that is concerned. CISA is very pro-development of the young people. In CISA, we have a chapter of the young professionals. So young people are taken care of, and we ensure that at the end of the day, they achieve the highest level of competency. Yes, it may be happening in other sectors, and I think those are the people who want to hijack the good intent of transformation. And it's upon an individual to pick up, you know, where it's not effectively utilized, because you know you must take the control of your own development as a young engineer and refuse to do things that are non-engineering related. So you mustn't always put a blame, but you must take the development of yourself seriously. So, I mean, that is how I would advise the young guys who are saying that they are being put into places that they're not supposed to.
Okay.
Because at the end of the day, they are the ones who are going to suffer most.
I would like to believe that as CISA, as an organization, you want to be a very responsible corporate citizen. Now, in the Western Cape, there are people there that are sitting with this porta and not having proper sanitation system. When you ask the people there, people of Cape Town will tell you, the officials, government officials, they will complain about the sandiness of the environment, etc. Where is the engineering profession to provide solutions to the people of Western Cape, all those informal settlements? Where is the CISA to design whatever is required so that people don't continue with these porta-pottas?
Yes, I think you will know that the implementation of any infrastructure is always informed by cost and resources, and really the way that you package a solution to a problem. And this whole plethora of things that we are seeing today is really that consulting engineers have lost their prime position of being a trusted advisor on the side of government. And it's simply the bottom line or the root cause of that is the way that these people are being procured. Why I'm saying that, if engineers or consulting engineers go back to the old era where they were the trusted advisors and they are put into panels with government, and I'm talking from both provincial, national, and most particularly at the local level. You must procure engineers, put them into your panels, allow them to be the training ground for your future capacity. And in that particular manner, then you will have solved multiple problems, because then solutions that are advanced must be innovative. They must look at the challenges of today, and you must find the best solution towards that. So you must allow innovation of the profession. And currently, you are not actually allowing that, because engineering or consulting engineering has been reduced to commodity service. You have to bid on the basis of price, and you are being cut to your throat to actually deliver a solution. So what happens in that particular case? People look at the best set solution, which is not innovative for the problem of today. So I'm making a call to government to really relook at the way that this professional service is being procured. In that manner, then we can really design solutions that are best for peoples and that are sustainable and that allow people to enjoy a better quality of life.
I'm told that there are more engineers in Cape Town than there are in the rest of the country. Can you confirm that? And I'm still worried about what is it that engineers are doing to proactively assist people in that place to get away from the porta-porta. I think it's an engineering issue, but I'm not hearing engineers raising their hands trying to solve the problem.
Yeah, I don't think that is totally true that Cape Town has got more engineers than anywhere in the country. I don't think that is true. We have universities in this country that probably there are more universities in Gauteng than in Cape Town. So even the production of engineers, it will skew towards a province that has got more institutions of high learning. But as far as the porta that you are calling, bucket system, whatever, or solutions towards sanitation, I believe that the solutions are there. They're very costly to implement because you need water, you need certain resources, in order to provide a waterborne, type of sanitation. And really you have to plan as a municipality towards the implementation of these things. So it takes money to do this type of things and your foresight to actually improve the quality of life of the people. And I'm saying that is the role of engineers, to provide systems that improve the quality of life of people. And the way that you procure these people allow engineers to be innovative and bring the best solution to yourselves. So I'm making a plea nationally to say, let's move away from this triple PFA of appointing consulting engineers as if you are appointing or you're procuring commodity. We are not a commodity. We are very unique, and we look at the solution, we look at the problem, and we get the best fit solution to the problem. And the way that you procure our consulting engineers, let it change, and allow this profession to build the future capacity that this country needs.
Talking about building the future, the construction sector, which CISA is deeply involved with, has recently made very big but negative headlines around corruption, collusion, and all this. What was the role of your members as CISA in that collusion and 50 billion rand stealing of public purse? What were your members' involvement there?
You know, as CISA or as consulting engineering fraternity, we are on the side of the client. We are a trusted advisor on the client. We design, we specify work. When coming to construction, construction is another phase. And if you look at what the Competition Commission has uncovered, it has uncovered the collusion in the construction sector, not in the consulting engineering sector. So as a result, we distance ourselves. But if I were to answer and give a very unbiased answer to this one, it would be to say that lack of capacity on the side of the state has been part and parcel of the blame, because it takes two to tango. If the private sector is allowed to continue to operate without matching that competency on the side of government, they will take advantage of the government. And it's a sad story to tell if that is the case. So as CISA, one primary thing about CISA is our conduct is beyond reproach. Our quality of service is beyond reproach. Our trusted advisor principle still stands, and we will never take advantage of our client.
But you seem to be saying you are also operating hands off. You are not in the operations.
We are not. What I'm saying is that we are not on the construction. Construction takes place at the back of the design and specification of consulting engineers.
Yes.
So, and if we are allowed by government or by the client to oversee the implementation of an infrastructure project, we can maintain our advice.
Okay.
But
including collusion and all, there wouldn't be collusion.
There wouldn't be collusion.
We have to come to an end. So there wouldn't be collusion in anything else.
There would never be collusion.
Okay. So you're saying government must look up to CISA to provide sustainable solutions, no collusion, proper designs, sustainable infrastructure.
And applying oversight.
All right.
Applying oversight on the implementation of projects by consulting engineers will assist the government.
Okay, we'll have to leave it there. Okay. For now, catch me, Jimmy Manye, for more Straight Talk next week. This is, of course, a show where no comment is not an option. Goodbye.